We walked the same road so long. I forgot two shadows can still grow apart, but the sun came back. We came from the same hallway, same holes in the wall, same mothers working late, same fear when night called. Shared one pair of headphones, one notebook, one dream. Made a studio from blankets and an old washing machine. You were fire in the booth, I was calm with the pen. When my voice lost direction, you would pull it back in. No question, who was better, no counting the shine. Back then, every victory was equally mine. Then the crowds got bigger and the rooms got strange. People whispered in our ears that the brother could change. They compared every verse, every stream, every check. Turned respect into a race and put pride in our necks. I stopped calling you first, you stopped asking me why. We communicated through rumors and rehearsed alibis. Two brothers in one photo, but miles in the frame. Still protecting the image while abandoning in the name. Two shadows, one road, we were built from the same. Same cold in our blood, same smoke in the rain. We can lose every crowd, every dollar, every show, but I will not lose my brother just to feed my ego. One road, two lives, one code, no lies. One road, one goal, one goal. I found you outside the hospital close to sunrise. Your jacket soaked through, no sleep in your eyes. Your little brother was hurt and the bill came high, but you never called me once, you were too full of pride. I sat down beside you, put the money in your hand. You said, I do not need saving, I can still be a man. I said, brother, being strong does not mean standing alone. You carried me through winter, let me carry you home. Then the silence finally cracked after 5 long years. You admitted your envy, I admitted my fears. I was scared your raw truth made my verses look small. You were scared my success meant I did not need you at all. We were both wrong, brother, but the wound was still real. Forgiveness does not erase, it gives damage time to heal. So we spoke every secret without reaching for knives. Put the truth on the table and protected both lives. Walk with me when the street lights fade, when the names disappear and the records do not play. You knew my heart before the world knew my face. So walk with me, brother, back to that place. When your strength runs low, you can borrow my own. No shadow of mine has to travel alone. Through the smoke, through the rain, wherever we go. Two shadows forever on one broken road. We do not need to become who we were. We only need to remember why we never left each other behind. Now we split every credit and we speak when it hurts. No more turning old wounds into weapons and verse. We teach younger crews that agreement is not trust. Real brothers tell the truth before the bond turns to dust. The city still tests us, the business still lies. Still offers one the kingdom if the other one dies. But we already survived what their money cannot know. Two hungry boys walking down one frozen road. Two shadows, one road, we were built from the same. Same cold in our blood, same smoke in the rain. We can lose every crowd, every dollar, every show, but I will not lose my brother just to feed my ego. Oh, two shadows, oh, one road. This time we walk it away. Oh, the first lie was small. That is what makes the road dangerous. Nobody wakes up a traitor. You become one decision at a time. Gold record on the wall, penthouse over the town. Every room full of people, not one brother around. I reached what I wanted and discovered too late. A dream built on betrayal is a beautiful cage. Your name was removed from the documentary cut. They asked me one question, I did not interrupt. I could have said he built this, instead I stayed still. And silence signed a lie more completely than ink will. That was not the beginning, only where I arrived. So I walked through the city, tracing back with the crime. Bright studio lights, host praising my mind. Called me the sole architect of the whole design. I smiled at the camera, let the mythology grow. Though half of the concepts came from nights in your home. Afterward you texted, brother,
why did you agree?
I replied, it is promotion.
Do not make this about me.
That sentence held the door through which arrogance came, turning justified hurt into jealousy by name. I took the long way back through every lie I told. Past the rooms that felt warm but left my spirit cold. I cannot ask forgiveness like a debt you must pay. I can only walk the truth in the opposite way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Trace that road.
Name that act.
No empty words.
Bring on the bag.
Trace that road.
Name that act.
No empty words.
Bring on the bag.
They offered 7 figures if the group became one. Said your record make the company nervous, too fun. I told myself accepting could protect us in time, that I would bring you back after building the climb. But compromise grows teeth when it feeds on delay. One temporary choice becomes a permanent weight. I signed without calling and announced it as fact. Expected brotherhood to survive, but respect could not take. You did not shout or threaten, just placed down your keys. Said the brother would have spoken before deciding for me. The quiet disappointment followed every applause. The first truthful sentence naming what ambition had caused. Before contracts and cameras came smaller events. Missing your credits, delaying percentages, choosing new friends for the table upstairs, leaving you with the crew like you belonged only there. I called it network and said you did not understand, but success had begun changing how I measured the man. Anyone useful felt close, anyone honest felt tense. I traded depth for access and called it common sense. Betrayal rarely enters wearing enemy clothes. It arrives as convenience that nobody opposes. Every time I stay silent to protect my advance, I move one step farther from the brother I had. I cannot undo the distance, I cannot unmake the pain. I cannot wash the memory by standing in the rain. But I can return what I took, I can speak your rightful name. Even if you never trust me, I will choose the truth again. Finally the old doorway, rust around the frame, where two unknown boys first divided one name. I remembered the promise written over the wall. If one reaches daylight, he comes back for us all. I reached daylight alone, then pretended I earned every stair, every lesson, every bridge that we burned. The wall had been painted, but the word stayed in mind. A promise does not vanish because success makes you blind. So I called the label, corrected every credit, transferred half the catalog before you requested, recorded an interview naming all that you made, not as bait for forgiveness, not a public parade. I stepped down from the company, opened every account, paid each artist the difference from the incorrect amounts. Then I sent one short message without asking reply. I betrayed what we built, I will no longer deny. 3 months later, I found you outside the old store. You nodded once slowly, did not open the door. I said, I understand if the friendship is through. You said change is not proven by one honest move. Then you walked toward the station, I stayed where I stood. No reunion for cameras, no ending made good. But the next day, you sent me one unfinished beat. 16 bars, no promises, let the truth meet the street. I took the long way back through every lie I told. Past the rooms that felt warm but left my spirit cold. Forgiveness is not guaranteed because I changed my way. But redemption means choosing what is right every day. The first lie was small, so was the first honest step back. That is how every road begins. They are painting over our mural today.
You mad?
Nah. Paint fades. Let us see what stayed. The wall header. Yeah. The war had our faces since the summer of '99. Black coats, folded arms, two names underlined. Tourists took pictures, young rappers touched the paint. Called the street survivors, called the old days great. But that war never showed all the funerals we knew, or the mothers at the courthouse, or the damage passing through. It made struggle look clean, made the violence feel bold. Turned two frightened young men into legends, made it gold. Now the city improved, a new community design. Children planting gardens where they once drew crime. A young artist asked gently, can we cover your names? I said, only if the future looks more honest than fame. When the walls forget our names, will the love remain? Will the young walk farther than we did through the pain? Let the colors disappear, let another story start. A brother's real legacy is what survives inside the heart. Yeah, picture us at 70 with no tours left, still arguing over drums, still short of breath. You bring black coffee, I complain it is weak. We sit outside the studio every Friday each week. A woman walks over wearing scrubs after work, says your free sessions kept my brother off the curb. He never became famous, but he learned how to lead. Now he teaches music therapy to children in need. A father brings his daughter with a notebook, a song, says you taught me being gentle, did not make me less strong. No one asks for pictures, no one mentions the charts, still every quiet sentence places gold in our hearts. That is when we understand what the wall cannot show. A name does not need pain if the good continues to grow. The greatest verse we wrote may never live on a track. It may be one young man choosing not to strike back. Let the wall forget my face, let the rain remove my name. If one child finds a safer road, I did not live in vain. Let the record stop revolving, let the crowds all travel on. If my brother knows I love them, then the truest song lives on.
The truest song lives on.
Long after our final show is not a club with 1,000 in line. It is the gym we rebuilt near the old exit 9. Young MCs form a circle past the microphone slow. Every verse tells the full truth, we were fighting to show. One speaks about addiction without making it cool. One apologizes publicly for dropping out of school. One thanks his older sister for the rent that she paid. One admits that his anger was another form of pain. We stand near the back, no spotlight or throne, watching healthier language enter places once closed. You lean over and whisper they are better than us. I say that was the mission, that is why they must. Real teachers do not need every student to sound like the fear and the rhythm that first built the underground. They give tools, then step backward, let the future create. A code is not a cage, it must evolve past our shape. Not the mural,
The life,
not the legend,
the change,
not how long they remember,
but they no longer repeat.
yeah. If I leave first, do not guard my old chair. Let a 17-year-old with no money sit there. Give them time in the booth, give them food for the night, then teach them every contract before we learn how to sign. If you leave first, I will not turn grief into rage. I will tell all your stories, both through wisdom and shame. I will visit your children, keep your promises clear, but I will not stop living just to prove you were dear. And when both of us vanish from the neighborhood walls, may the studio stay open whenever midnight calls. May the sons become present, may the daughters feel heard. May the next generation build beyond every word. When the walls forget our names, let the love remain. Let the young walk farther than we did through the pain. Let the colors disappear, let another story start. A brother's real legacy is what survives inside the heart. The new mural shows children opening a door.
No crowns,
No weapons,
no names.
we smile. That is better. Five stops, then I take you home. You said you were not ready.
I said that is why.
I said, that is why I came. Same brick, same window where the cold came through. Same hallway where the landlord never fixed room 2. You stared at the entrance, kept your hands in your coat. Said, I learned every wrong way to survive on this road. I said, do not romanticize what almost made us disappear. We were children acting fearless because nobody handled our fear. You nodded at the basement where we first touched the mic. 2 hungry boys turning sleeplessness to something like life. You said, everybody move, there is nothing for me. I said, the place can be empty and still hold history. But the past is a teacher, not the room where you stay. We came back for the lesson and we keep on our way. 5 stops from home, 5 wounds to name. You do not have to carry every street like shame. I will ride beside you while the cold roads unfold. A brother does not rush what the heart needs to hold. Your childhood friend was painted beneath the train. Young face, gold crown, black tears in the rain. You touched the faded letters, whispered I should have been there. I said you were 17, you could not rescue everywhere. Guilt makes a promise that the dead never asked. Destroy every tomorrow to keep serving the past. But he wanted the future when you both wrote songs. Not another name painted where the daylight belongs. We left 2 white candles beneath this old rhyme that stood without speaking while a freight train climbed. No speeches for cameras, no revenge in his name, just a promise to build what might interrupt pain. Come home through the morning, come home through the rain. You are more than the years and the weight of your name. When the city remembers only where you went wrong, I will carry the truth you were fighting all along. Your scars are not yours. Steel gate on the doorway, rent notice on the glass. An old engineer disappeared, 3 summers passed. You laughed for the first time, said my flow was terrible. I said your confidence was criminal, but the hope was incredible. We remember one microphone wrapped in electrical tape, 20 takes for a hook that nobody would play. Still that room gave us language when anger had none. Taught us pain could become art instead of becoming the gun. You asked, can a man start again at 39? I said a late honest beginning still arrives on time. Not every second chance needs a stage or applause. Sometimes freedom is learning to live without performing your scars. You froze on the steps when the porch light came on. Held 13 years of apologies behind your tongue. She opened the door, did not move for a while, then touched both your cheeks like she searched for her child. He said, I cannot replace every birthday I missed. She said, then do not waste this one, rehearse and regret. No dramatic forgiveness, no instant repair. Just coffee at the table and an extra empty chair. I waited in the car while the sunrise grew gold, because some reunions need no witness to hold. When you came back outside, your eyes finally cried. You said she kept my room. I said, then keep showing up alive. You asked why we stop where the first train leaves town. I said, this is where you decide what direction comes now. One track led backward toward the men who still deal. One train led east where a construction crew needed skill. You held out your hand and I gave you the form. Work boots in the trunk, clean clothes folded warm. You said, what if I fail? I said, call before you fall. You do not prove strength by pretending. You need none at all. 5 stops from home, 5 wounds with names. You faced every corner without feeding the flames. No brother left frozen where the old nights roam. We drove through the past. Now I'm taking you home. Past is a lesson called home is ahead. Oh, keep the living breathing, light up the dead. 5 stops, no miracles, no miracles. Just one brother staying until another believed he could begin again. $10.16. That was everything. You said split it. I said not equally. for you, 5 for me. That sounded like cold. 2 hungry young rappers on a frozen road. But your mother needed medicine, my rent could wait. So I gave you all 10 by the station gate. You called it charity, got defensive and loud. Said never make me smaller in front of the crowd. I said equal is not fair when the needs are not same. Tomorrow you may carry me, that is part of the game. 2 days later my electricity died. You brought candles, hot food, and a heater inside. Never said now we are even, never counted the cost. Just sat there writing verses while the whole city frost. That is how the bond grew, not in glamorous scenes, but in knowing what enough for your brother should mean. Sometimes 50-50 leaves one man in the cold. Sometimes love changes portions without keeping control. The last $10 taught us more than gold. Get what the moment needs, not what pride says you owe. No score in the notebook, no debt in the crew. Today I carry me, tomorrow I carry you. Yeah. No receipt, no jail, shed a bread, shed a pay. Yeah. Then success came heavy with a 6-figure check. We remembered the 10, but forgot the respect. I said I wrote more verses, deserved more of the pie. You said you built the sound and made the whole record rise. The argument grew larger than the money itself, because childhood hunger still lived on the shelf. 2 rich men fighting like the cover was bare, each scared that the other would take his full share. We called an accountant, opened every old page, counted beats, hooks, travel, unpaid labor stage. Found your sister had worked for 3 years without pay. Found my cousin drove nights and slept through the day. The truth was embarrassing, we called ourselves 2, but an invisible family had been carrying the crew. So before either brother took another advance, we paid every old hand who had strengthened our chance. Yeah. $10 in the cold, now the numbers got long. Do not let a bigger table make the brotherhood wrong. I remember your hunger, you remember my flaw. We did not fight this far just to become what we fought before. Take what is fair, leave the greed at the door. When the money gets loud, let the old truth roar. We were rich in the basement before anybody knew I had half of the dream, because I shared it with you. Now every track sheet names, every hand in the room, no secret percentages hiding under perfume. Every artist sees numbers before signing the page. No family speech used to underpay someone's wage, because brotherhood is love, but business needs light. Clear agreements protect what emotion may hide. We can trust one another and still write the terms. Respect is not weakened when everybody learns. At the anniversary show you held up a 10, said this built more character than the million. Since then we framed it in the studio, not worshiping the past, just remembering hunger can teach, but should never be made to last. The last $10 taught us more than gold. Get what the moment needs, not what pride says you owe. No score in the notebook, no debt in the crew. Today I carry me, tomorrow I carry you. $10, 2 brothers. One lesson: fair is not always equal. Love knows the difference. Side A, track 1. No reunion. We never separated. Underground forever, still the same 2 men, still protecting every promise that we made back then. Let the mainstream glitter, let the fake light shine. You can keep the whole machine, we will keep what is mine. Truth and loyalty, underground forever, to the final beating. I would rather lose the spotlight than betray my friend. We survived every era they predicted would die. From the tape deck hustle to the digital sky. Watch the sound get copied, watch the struggle get sold. Watch the young wear the image with no weight in the soul. But we never grew bitter, just more careful with trust. Because pride without wisdom turns a kingdom to dust. We bury too many names under murals and paint. Every face on the tunnel is a brother or saint. Marcus never made 30, little Ray lost his breath. Tone disappears slowly in a habit of death. We keep all of them living when the speakers ignite. Every verse is as a candle in the industrial night. You drove when I was broken, when my mind couldn't rest. When the panic came heavy like a boot on the chest. Never told the whole block, never called me weak. Just sat there beside me till I finally could speak. Underground forever, still the same two men, still protecting every promise that we made back then. Let the mainstream glitter, let the fake light shine. You can keep the whole machine, yeah. We will keep what is mine. Then the offer came heavy with a number so large, but they wanted your verse cut and your name off the art. Said the market needs one face, one voice, one brand. I slid the paper back without shaking their hand, because they were not there when you paid for the booth. When you pawned your old chain just to finance the truth. They were not in the van when the engine went dead. When we slept sitting up with our coats on our head. They only love the harvest, they do not love the seed. They arrive with their contract when they smell what they need. But no money can purchase every mile that we cross, every friend who betrayed us, every year that we lost. We can tour small rooms with the faithful in front, sell records from the trunk, give the people what they want. No polished illusion, no rehearsed street disguise, just two veterans rapping with the truth in their eyes. Brotherhood is not a slogan, it is who still answers when the fame stops calling. Now our hair shows gray, but the hunger remains. Not the hunger for money, the hunger for change. We teach young artists how to own what they make, how to read every line before the labels partake. Tell them, guard your brother when the internet chooses, because public opinion gives and quickly removes us. Do not trade real blood for a temporary trend. Crowds disappear fast, but the code has no end. We are proof two men can survive through the strain without turning on each other for a piece of the game. Every tunnel has an exit, every midnight at dawn, but the names on these walls make us keep driving on. So turn the bass deeper, let the old drums knock, let the vinyl crackle loud like the heart of the block. From the first hungry tape to the last song we send, we entered as brothers, and as brothers we end. Underground forever, still the same two men, still protecting every promise that we made back then. Let the mainstream glitter, let the fake light shine. You can keep the whole machine, we will keep what is mine. Same block, same scars, same code, same heart. Ha ha ha. Underground forever till the final beatings. Oh, I would rather lose the spotlight than betray my friend. No matter how far the road goes, never forget who was riding beside you before anybody knew your name. They don't need iron bars to keep you locked up anymore. If they control what you value, you'll build to sell yourself. Wake up. Wake up. They don't need we put the handcuffs on us without using any steel, manipulating everything we see and what we feel, broadcasting the poison right into the living room, convincing young brothers to accelerate their doom. They sell us the designer, sell us the expensive cars, while we statistically behind the penitentiary bars. We fighting over labels, fighting over sneaker brands, while foreign corporations own the title to the land. It's a psychological, invisible type of trap, keeping the original kings at the bottom of the map. I disconnected from the cable, threw away the screen, started reading history to figure what it means. They weaponized the culture, turned it to a product line, extracting all the diamonds from the generational mind. You ain't a boss just cause you spending all your cash. You funding the oppressor while they treating you like trash. Free the mind, break the chain, washing the programming out of the brain. Free the mind, break the chain, washing the programming out of the brain. Free the mind. Washing the out of the brain. I emancipate my mental dismissal from the systematic grip. I refuse to be a passenger upon the sinking ship. I talk about the credit index funds and real estate, taking back the steering wheel to navigate the fate. You flexing with the bottles in the VIP section. I'm quietly securing my community's protection. The mind is a terrible and tragic thing to waste. Don't let them dictate your behavior or your taste. The revolution doesn't start with riot in the street. It starts by rejecting the illusion of defeat. It starts when you realize your value ain't a price. When you stop rolling on the devil's loaded dice. I'm a concrete scholar dropping knowledge on the track, putting the intellectual armor on my back. We breaking the invisible handcuffs to the ground, ascending to the heavens through the power of the sound. A slave who doesn't know he's a slave will never fight for freedom. Open your eyes, redefine print. Freedom mind. Break the chain, washing the programming out of the brain. Freedom mind. Freedom mind. Break the chain, washing the programming, washing the programming out of the brain. Own your thoughts, or they will own you. Own you.
We spent 10 years trying to kill each other over a street neither of us own. Look at us now.
What was the point? What was the point? Standing in the heavy rain, wearing a tailored suit, paying the final respect, delivering the absolute. Looking at the headstone with your name carved deep, a permanent slumber, an eternal type of sleep. You was my biggest rival, the enemy on the street, fighting for survival, refusing to take defeat. We shed a lot of blood, turning avenues to mud, a devastating, catastrophic generational flood. But looking at the dirt getting shoveled in the hole, I only feel a heavy sorrow resting on my soul. We were two young kings, manipulated by the strings, ignorant to the reality that the violence brings. We fought for a zip code, walking the dangerous road, carrying the toxic and the devastating load, while the real enemy laughed, watching us self-destruct. A meticulously engineered, systematic construct.
Drop the rose, close the grave, freeing the mentally bound slave. Bury the hate, let the weapons rust, ashes to ashes, and the concrete to the dust.
Yeah,
let it go.
yeah,
Let it go.
yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah. They told us we were foes, orchestrated the tragic show. The system provided the guns and watched the body count grow. We thought we were generals commanding a mighty fleet, but we were just pawns dying on the desolate street. The mothers are weeping, the caskets are dropping down. The undertaker is the richest man in the entire town. I look at your family crying under the canopy, realizing the profound and the utter insanity. I see my own reflection in the puddles on the grass, watching the fragility of the human lifetime pass. If I pulled the trigger first, it would be me in the box, locked in the permanent state with the heaviest of locks. The territorial pride is a venomous disease, bringing the strongest of warriors directly to the knees. I'm shedding a silent tear, washing away the pride, standing as a solitary figure by your side.
Drop the rose, close the grave, freeing the mentally bound slave. Bury the hate, let the weapons rust, ashes to ashes, and the concrete to the dust.
Yeah,
let it go. Let it go.
Yeah,
let it go.
yeah. I drop a single red flower down onto the wood, refusing to continue the violence in the hood. I make a holy vow today to completely walk away, to ensure the younger generation sees a brighter day. I'm burying the hatchet, burying the deep revenge. There is no honor left for the warriors to avenge. I'm going to the youth centers, telling them my tragic tale, trying to keep the young brothers out of the bloody jail. Your death won't be in vain. I will utilize the pain to break the heavily destructive generational chain. Rest in absolute peace, my former territorial brother. Underneath the surface, we were exactly like each other. I turn my collar up, walking back to the waiting car, looking at the stormy clouds hiding the morning star. The war is officially over, the battle is finally done. I'm stepping out of the shadows and walking toward the sun.
No more blood, I'm ending the war right here. Rest easy, rest easy, rest easy. Rest easy. What's the point? Rest easy, 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 easy.
You can keep asking the same questions, but I ain't got nothing to say. Turn the tape recorder on. Let's go. Sitting in the steel chair, staring at the mirror, trying to use intimidation just to make it clearer. Detective sitting across the table, blowing cigarette smoke, trying to crack the armor, hoping that I finally broke. He sliding photographs of the scene across the desk, looking at the situation, truly picturesque. He telling me he got the evidence to put me away, telling me I'm never gonna see another sunny day. I lean back in the chair, perfectly at peace. I know exactly how to operate with the police. I don't confirm, I don't deny, I simply observe. I got the ice water running heavy in the nerve. You want a confession, you gonna have to dig a hole, because you can lock the body, but you cannot lock the soul. I know the Constitution, I know the Miranda rights. I survived the darkness of 1,000 bloody nights. You done talking? Good, now it's my turn. Let's talk about the money you've been stealing from the evidence room. You been talking? You done talking? I know exactly who you are, I know the dirty game. I know you hiding corruption right behind the badge's name. You taking payouts from the cartel on the east side, thinking that the uniform is giving you a place to hide. I got the documents, I got the paper trail secured. I am the disease that your department never cured. You thought you had a pawn, but you sitting with the king. I pull the right string and I make the choir sing. You threaten me with prison, I was born inside a cell. I am the undisputed architect of living hell. Your hands are just as dirty as the killers on the block. You just a hypocrite hiding behind the shiny Glock. I see the sweat forming on your forehead. You afraid, watching all the leverage and the intimidation fade. I'm walking out this building with a smile upon my face, leaving you completely humiliated and disgraced. The streets know the truth, the streets always keep the score. I'm kicking down the hinges of the penitentiary door. I dictate the terms, I dictate the negotiation, ending this pathetic and corrupt interrogation. You wanna lock me up? You better make sure your own closet is clean first. I want my lawyer now, and until he gets here, I exercise my right to remain absolutely silent. We're done here. We're good in here. We're good in here. Check the board, move the pawn. Wait it out until the dawn. Check the board, move the pawn. Wait it out until the dawn.
till the dawn, dawn, till the dawn, till the dawn, 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 dawn.
Tune in, looking at the city like a chessboard game. Pawns move first, chasing after the fame. I'm the king in the back, observing the play. Let the loud ones talk, let them have their day. Hustling on the stoop with a heavy mind, leaving all the childish endeavors behind. Dice hit the pavement, snake eye stare. Life ain't a movie and life ain't fair. Sirens in the distance singing lullabies. I see the cold truth through the alibis. No shiny watches, just impeccable timing. While they falling off, I'm steadily climbing. When the pressure hits, I don't crack the sweat. I just call the bluff and I raise the bet. Hold the frame up, move the palm. Wait it out until the dawn.
Wait it out until the dawn.
Cold gaze, don't phase. Cold gaze, walking through the fire in the smoky haze. Ooh, 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 ooh. Cold gaze, don't phase. Cold gaze, navigate the board. Master of the maze.
Yeah.
Riding through the avenues, windows rolled up. Sipping on the truth from a styrofoam cup. Fake friends smile with the daggers in hand. I can read the plot, I can see the plan. I was in the storm without an umbrella. Now I'm the author, the master storyteller. Right hand drafting up the master script. Left hand making sure the balance don't slip. If they try to trap me, I find a way out. Turn a dead end to a brand new route. They want the fast money, I want the real power. Standing like a gargoyle on the clock tower. When the game gets ugly and the pieces fall, I'm the last one standing, leaning on the wall.
Listen closely, closely, closely.
Every move has a consequence. Every dollar bill breaks the innocence. You can't buy time, you can't rent a soul. Checkmate the devil before we make some moves. Hold the frame up, move the palm. Wait it out until the dawn.
Wait it out until the dawn.
Cold gaze, don't phase. Cold gaze, walking through the fire in a smoky haze. Cold gaze, don't phase. Cold gaze, navigate the board. Master of the maze.
Yeah, I dodge the traps, I dodge the feds. I stay 10 steps ahead of the dregs. No luck involved, just pure strategy. Building up my own legacy.
Cold gaze, don't cold gaze. Walking through the fire in the smoky haze. Cold gaze, don't phase. Cold gaze, navigate the board. Master of the maze. Check the board, 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 check the board. Oh.
They keep us fighting over the crumbs on the floor, so we never look up to see who's eating the whole pie. The real enemy wears a tie.
They keep us fighting over the
We loading the heavily modified, dangerous clips. The deeply embedded hatred resting heavy on the lips.
red and the blue colors dividing the deeply broken block. Worshiping the deeply destructive, heavily loaded Glock. We fighting the brothers who looking exactly like us, throwing the entire community perfectly under the bus. The drive-by shootings tearing the heavily fragile peace, providing the overtime for the heavily armed police. We claim that we heavily protecting the neighborhood turf, but we heavily acting like a deeply uneducated serf. The territorial pride is a heavily blinding disease, bringing the deeply powerful warriors right to their knees. We deeply distracted by the heavily localized petty beef, operating blindly under a heavily manipulated belief.
Follow the money, the bullets stop at the corner, but the profits go downtown.
Fighting a war that we cannot see, blindfolds on the heavily broken community. The puppet master pulling heavily on the green strings, while the deeply devastated neighborhood sadly sings.
Yeah. Sit the strings. Yeah. Sit the strings.
Look at the heavily heavily fortified banks in the corporate suites. They deeply profiting from the heavily violent streets. They heavily redline the deeply impoverished broken zone, ensuring the deeply historical property is never owned. They build the privately funded, heavily massive prisons, creating the incredibly deep in the systematic divisions. We are the inventory, heavily processing stocked, ensuring the heavily deeply systemic doors remain locked. The real gangsters are heavily sitting in the parliament, passing the heavily destructive, deeply legal document. Once you realize the heavily orchestrated complex scheme, you heavily deeply wake up from the deeply violent dream. We gotta heavily unify the divided tribes, rejecting the heavily deeply embedded political bribes. Turn the heavily intellectual weapon to the sky, refusing to let the deeply historical legacy die. Fighting a war that we cannot see. Blindfolds on the heavily broken community. The puppet master pulling heavily on the green strings, while the deeply devastated neighborhood sadly sings. Yeah. See the strings. Strings. Stop fighting your mirror image. Look up, see who's pulling the strings. Unity is our only weapon.
Some nights the rain hits a little harder, but it only washes the soul. Yeah, listen. I'm staring at the window, watching drops fall down, thinking about the heavy shadows hanging over this town. So many young kings lost before they reached their prime, caught up in a system that's designed to steal our time. Mama wiping tears with a tissue in the kitchen, praying to the Lord that a baby boy is listening. I'm trying to be a man in a world that's so cold, trading in my innocence before I get old. Every puddle on the street reflects a broken dream. Nothing in this concrete jungle is the way it seems, but I gotta keep my head up, gotta find a light, even when the demons try to get me in the night.
Tears wash the pain away, bringing us a brighter day. Every storm is meant to pass, nothing in the dark can last. Tears wash the pain away, healing up the soul today. Every drop from the sky helps another flower rise.
Walking through the alleyway, collar pop tight, looking for a little peace in the middle of the fight. Seen a lot of fake smiles, heard a lot of lies, but you can always see the truth looking in their eyes. They tell us we ain't nothing, try to keep us on the ground, but the spirit of a hustler is the greatest thing I found. So if you're feeling heavy and you're thinking it's the end, just remember that the rain is your closest friend.
Tears wash the pain away, bringing us a brighter day. Every storm is meant to pass, nothing in the dark can last. Tears wash the pain away, healing up the soul today. Every drop from the sky helps another flower rise. Let it wash away,
Keep your
head up.
some stories
never make it to the news,
but they still grow strong.
Through the concrete and the blues.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I found an old Polaroid hidden in the box. Back when we were young, surviving on the blocks. Pictures of a younger me staring at the sky, wondering if the ghetto would just pass me by. The colors faded out, but the memory is clear, like a fallen homie whispering inside my ear. Every corner carried heavy pain and heavy weight, proof that love is stronger than the streets of hate. Mama said, keep your head up, don't let them take your soul. Uncle said, the world is freezing, but you gotta stay whole. Those porch light lessons built the armor on my chest, gave me the strength to stand up through the test. Every teardrop watered seeds of faith. Every struggle showed me how to find a safer space. Some pain breaks you down,
some pain makes you strong. Some pain makes you strong. Concrete roses growing in the dark
still reach me today.
Every scar reminds me there's always another way. Concrete roses growing in the dark still lighting up my soul. Every broken piece of history help to make me whole.
Summer nights, breathing underneath the amber lights, dodging police cruisers, trying to do it right. Homies on the corner dropping poetry and rhymes, certain that our spirits could outlive these hard times. The boombox rattling the avenue with bass, somehow the neighborhood was still the safest place. Classic soul records spin around the room, healing up the sorrow in a heavy gloom. We didn't have the mansions or expensive things, but underneath the baggy clothes we carried wings, hidden from a system trying to keep us seen close, waiting for the day to interview these shows. Grandma on the porch with her hands locked in prayers, begging the Almighty to protect us from the snares, teaching us that real wealth is measured from inside, the way your character and spirit will abide.
Hold your roots, hold your name.
When the cruel world changes,
stay the same. Concrete roses falling in the dark still echo through the years, turning silent suffering into louder cheers. Concrete roses growing in the dark still lighting up my soul. Every broken piece of history help to make me whole.
Speak the honest truth,
never lose a fight
you carried in your youth.
When walking through the night,
don't surrender to the pain.
Every seed will need its water
from the heavy rain.
Worth ain't measured by the change,
it's measured by the legacy that still remains to believe again,
to rise again.
Yeah. Now another young blood writes rhymes on the step, guarding all the secrets that the neighborhood kept. Maybe someday he would discover the truth too, that surviving is a promise you gotta renew. The Polaroid is fading in the dashboard frame, but the fire in the streets always burns the same. Keep your head up,
keep your pride,
even when they try
to push you to the side. Concrete roses growing in the dark, forever stay alive, helping wounded warriors learn once more to thrive. Concrete roses growing in the dark never fade away, because hope keeps answering every tear we had to cry. Some stories
were never told out loud,
but somehow they still change the world.
Some words
they get them. Yeah. They get them. They
be truth. Standing right beside me in the dusty, isolated booth. We swore to protect the integrity of the raw sound, to keep our heavy footprints upon the underground. But then the major label came with a massive paper check, and you put the corporate collar around your fragile neck. Now you dancing on the televised, superficial pop screen, acting like a manipulated, tragic and sad machine. You rapping about the exclusive clubs and the shiny cars, forgetting the brothers incarcerated behind the bars. You traded your holy soul for a temporary fleeting fame, disrespecting the deeply historical underground name. I listened to your new album, it sounds incredibly weak. You lost a profound, exceptional ability to speak. You a manufactured artificial, walking and talking ghost, serving exactly what the corporate masters loudly boast. Keep the soul, pay the toll, refusing to play the commercialized role. And keep the soul, pay the toll, refusing to play the commercialized role. Keep the soul, pay the toll, refusing to play the commercialized role. They tell you that you elevated, reaching for the bright stars, but you trapped behind the invisible psychological bars. A beautifully decorated golden cage is still a cage, regardless of the massive, incredibly inflated wage. I'd rather be a broke underground unrecognized king than to completely sell out, compromise my morals and sing. The culture is not a cheap, heavily discounted commodity. It is a profound, historical and holy property. You lost the absolute, undeniable street respect, the highly intelligent, revolutionary intellect. I'm holding the front line down with my brothers in the dark, wearing the invisible crown, leaving a permanent mark. The underground is a heavily guarded sacred space for the pure, unadulterated, original human race. I wash my hands and you completely sever the old tie, watching your authentic historical legacy slowly die. You bought a mansion, but you don't even own your own voice. Who's the real boss? Not you. I'm heavily standing my unshakable holy ground, producing the undeniably authentic original sound. No compromises, absolutely no artificial regrets, paying my historical, deeply embedded cultural debts. The underground army is marching incredibly strong, singing the unified, rebellious and revolutionary song. I look at the corporate shiny, superficial platinum plaque, and I firmly, proudly and permanently turn my back. The golden era essence is miraculously still alive, as long as the real, uncompromising soldiers survive. The underground kingdom is permanently etched in the stone. I'm sitting comfortably on the unadulterated throne. Go, 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 go. Keep your advances, keep your advances, keep your advances. Keep your advances. They thought the pressure would break us. They were wrong. Let's go!
Against the world with my back to the wall. We rise and build an empire out of every fall. Every obstacle we face puts us in a higher place. Against the world with my back to the wall.
Yeah, we stand up tall and never gonna crawl.
Every chain they try to lock shatters on the solid rock.
Yeah, I woke up with a fire burning deep inside my chest. Ain't settling for less, I demand the very best. They tried to build a cage, tried to tell me how to live, but I got too much heart and a lot more to give. I'm walking through the flames, I ain't worried about the burn. Every single failure is another way to learn. The enemies are watching, waiting for a slip, but I'm steady at the wheel, captain of the ship. The survival of the fittest in the city of the cold. You either fold up or you turn the mud to gold. I'm speaking for the underdogs, grinding in the street, working every single hour just to make the ends meet. They laugh when you at the bottom, hate when you on top, but once this engine starts, it's never gonna stop. I keep my circle small, only loyalty allowed, cause fake energy will bring a shadow to the crowd. So tie your laces tight, put your armor on your back. We moving strictly forward on the one-way track.
Against the world, with my back to the wall. We rise and build an empire out of every fall. Every obstacle we face puts us in a higher place. Against the world with my back to the wall. Ooh, we stand up tall and never gonna crawl. Ooh, every chain they try to lock shatters on the solid rock.
Never let them see you break.
Everything is what you make.
Take the pain and make it power.
This is our finest hour. Yeah, finest hour. Through the fire, we survive.
They ask how we conquered the city. It's simple. You handle the boardroom, I handle the pavement, yin and yang. The shield and the pen, the perfectly balanced machine. The most formidable alliance that the city ever seen. Drop it heavy. Drop it, drop it, drop it heavy. I am the heavy brass knuckle, the muscle inside the street, ensuring the opposition suffers the ultimate defeat. I walk through the deeply terrifying, dangerous block so you can securely pick the corporate financial lock. When the rival syndicates try to heavily interfere, I instantly manifest the deeply historical fear. I keep the deeply parasitic vultures completely away so you can beautifully orchestrate the monumental play. I don't wear the custom suits, I wear the heavy fatigue, operating exclusively in the underground league. My hands are heavily calloused from the physical war. I am the deeply impenetrable, heavily bolted door. You never have to heavily, deeply worry about your back, cause I'm heavily anticipating the sudden attack. I take the physical damage, absorbing the brutal blows, while you perfectly calculating how the revenue flows. Watch the back, build the front, surviving the heavily orchestrated hunt. Watch the back, build the front, surviving the heavily orchestrated hunt. I am the intellectual architect drafting the plan, evolving from a heavily corner hustler to a businessman. I sit in the heavily decorated, isolated room, writing the deeply unadulterated financial doom of the heavily corrupt executives trying to steal our art. I'm deeply heavily tearing their legal contracts apart. I multiply the heavily accumulated massive wealth, protecting our deeply historical generational health. I deeply recognize I couldn't beautifully successfully build if you didn't fiercely protect the heavily dangerous field. You taking the heavily physical, deeply historical risk so I can heavily press the magnificent platinum disc. We are the heavily intertwined, undeniably identical coin, the most incredibly beautifully executed strategic join. The street and the boardroom heavily merging into one. We heavily shining brighter than the deeply magnificent sun. I heavily clear the path in the terrifying dark. I heavily draft the blueprint and leave the holy mark. I deeply heavily eradicate the physical threat. I deeply heavily calculate the monumental net. Nobody heavily disrespects the deeply historical crew, providing a heavily unadulterated beautiful view. The yin and the yang heavily conquering the town. We deeply heavily wearing the crown. Watch the back, build the front, surviving the heavily orchestrated hunt. Watch the back, build the front, surviving the heavily orchestrated hunt. Watch the back, build the front. Watch, surviving the heavily orchestrated hunt.
Find your role, play your part, win together.
The shield, the hand of the peace. They try to wash us away, but the streets remember everything. They try to wash us away. They try to wash us away. They try to wash us away, but the streets remember everything. Side B, let's go. Leave your mark, baby. Midnight operation, hoodie pulled over the face, bringing vibrant colors to a dark and empty space. The transit cops are looking, but we moving like a ghost. Painting masterpieces for the ones who need it most. They call it vandalism, I call it the voice of the streets. A visual representation of these heavy drum beats. We write the names of the legends in the wild style font, giving the forgotten people exactly what they want. Jumping over fences, dodging the flashlight beams, writing block letters to manifest our street dreams. Writing our history on the walls of the city. Watch the fake empires fall. Underground kings. They put the sugar on the A side, make it sound sweet. Something for the club, something moving your feet. But flip to cassette, welcome to the dark side, where the underground writers and the rebels reside. I don't rap for the radio, I don't rap for the chart. I rap to rip the ignorance completely apart. We talk about the struggle, the poverty, the pain. The politicians laughing while we drowning in the rain. No catchy hooks here, just a brutal attack. Spitting unfiltered venom on the boom bap track. We ain't asking for permission, we ain't playing polite. We taking back the city every single night. Feel me? 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 I see him try to buff it out, wash it down with the hose, but a real rider's spirit is the only thing that grows. We bomb the train cars, let it travel through the town. A moving exhibition that they cannot take down. It's an endless war between the riders and the cops, but the heartbeat of the underground never stops. From the west coast to the east, the aerosol spreads, planting heavy messages inside of their heads. Writing our history on the walls of the city. Watch the fake empires fall. Underground kings. Underground kings. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. Watch your mouth. Everybody got a camera. Everybody got a camera. Everybody got a script. Everybody want a piece of the championship. Typing on the internet, flexing for the gram, but they fold like paper when they in the real jam. I come from an era where the silence was a vow, where you didn't need an audience to take a bow. The real kings operate in the absolute blue. I keep my circle tight like a hangman's knot. I don't broadcast the moves, I just execute the plot. If you know, then you know, ain't no need to explain. A silent assassin in the pouring rain. I sit back in the cut, observing the play, watching how the fake kings slowly decay. They chasing after clout, I'm securing the base. I run a marathon, they just running in place. Keep it mute, watch the crowd. Real moves are never loud. Keep it mute, watch the crowd. Real moves are never loud. I don't need to I don't need to real moves are never loud. I don't need the validation of a million million views. I'm the one who writes the headlines for the evening news. A stoic in the chaos, a pillar in the storm. I broke the mold before they even gave it a form. Got my mind on the objective, hands on the wheel. Only trust the mathematics and the cold hard steel. Watch the lips move, listen to the heartbeat. I can smell the fear bleeding out onto the street. Don't say a word, let them hang themselves. Keep your secrets locked away on the dusty shelves. They measure a man's worth by the ice on his wrist. I measure a man's worth by the strength of his fist. Not the one that throws punches, but the one holding the pen. Rewriting the narrative for the forgotten men. No snitching, no preaching, just the raws, the facts. Every syllable I spit is covering the cracks. Watch the crowd. Real moves are never loud. Keep it mute. Watch the crowd. Real moves are never loud. Loud. I don't need a little bit. I don't need a little bit. Real moves are never loud. Move in silence, silence, silence. Let the success make the noise.